What's up, everyone? Welcome into the Cannonballs podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Dane Cannon. Co-hosting with me today is
your boy, Take Two on the mic.
Yeah, guys, we had a little bit of a mishap when we first tried recording this, but we are all good now. Guys, we are continuing on with our record predictions, our early record predictions. We're going division by division, game by game. Today, we are going to be covering the NFC South. So, guys, bear with us. This may not be the most competitive division, but if you are a fan of one of these teams, we'll try and do our best to cover this to the best of our abilities. If you guys...
Actually, I have to interject a little bit. I think
Saints,
this is
Panthers.
I think this is a competitive division out of mediocrity, though. Yeah. I think the Falcons are better than we think. I think the Saints are better than a lot of people think, and I think the Panthers. Yeah,
I think that I'm. Yeah, the Bucks, unfortunately, Jake and I are not high on, unfortunately. I think maybe I just have a little bit of a bitter taste or a sour taste in my mouth from how the last year's season went for this division. I mean, the Bucks ended up making it with a losing record, which is kind of hard to see. But guys, we are recording 2 episodes back to back. We recorded the AFC South earlier, so unfortunately, we're not going to be doing our little breaking news segment. So if you guys wanted to get a little bit of that information, just check out our AFC South episode that will be released before this one. But guys, let's get into it. Jake, are you ready?
Let's do it, my boy. Right. So in alphabetical order this time, we're going to do the Atlanta Falcons first. Yeah, like I said, I think this team's pretty competitive. I think they're not that bad of a team. The quarterback is very unknown. And if I had to put my money on it, when he got drafted, I think he had the best chance, or I said he had the best chance to be, something special in this league. I'm kind of not like giving up hope, but I need to see something because he played a couple games last year. I really didn't see a whole lot, but he's a rookie, and then another year in the offense. Maybe we could see something special out of Desmond Ridder. I am not sure yet though. You got something to say, Dan?
I was just going to say a lot of this is going to come down to coaching as well. Arthur Smith has to prove himself this year. I think he is on the hot seat as well. So hopefully they can do something. They drafted a electric running back in Bijan Robinson in the first round. Mm-hmm. I typically wouldn't draft a running back that high. He's now making the most money out of any running back in the NFL this year, I think is what you showed me, Jake. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So it's crazy. A little bit ridiculous, but he's definitely going to be an immediate impact player. But before we go into the actual regular season, guys, we're going to do a little bit of the statistics of this team along with their strength of schedule. So, Jake, do you have that ready, or do you want me to keep talking?
I am ready. So, I believe the Falcons finished the season second in the division. Is that what I'm reading? What am I reading here? Oh, this preseason? Goddamn. Sorry about that, guys. So they finished the season. They placed.
So
last.
It was a tie, basically.
Three-way tie. Okay.
Yeah, 7-10 for the Panthers, Saints, and Falcons.
Okay, that's why I'm confused. All right, so 7-10. But they had some games where they definitely could have won. They had some close games. Unfortunately, Marcus Mariota. If you guys seen quarterback, you kind of get to follow Marcus Mariota and his journey last year. But I think they were pretty competitive last year. They beat my team, the 49ers, who went to the NFC Championship. So, yeah. But last year they finished with a 7-10 record, like Dane said. They were tied 15th in points scored. Where they lacked was defense. They were 23rd in points allowed. Overall, they were the 8th best team according to PFF, which, that seems a little high. Offense, they were tied second. Defense, they were tied 27th. And then special teams tied 4th. I don't know. This is what PFF says, guys. This looks a little bit off, but I'm just taking their word for it. As far as strength of schedule, the Falcons, where are they? This is according to CBS, by the way. Um, Jesus, I cannot find them.
Technical
Oh
difficulties,
wow,
ladies and
they
gentlemen.
have they have drum roll please, the easiest, the number 32 out of 32 easiest schedule. So hey, that could really work into their favor. Um, I I could see them winning this division. I could. I don't really see them doing anything in playoffs if they make it, but I mean this team
Desmond
is
Ritter
competitive.
could surprise us.
Yeah, he could. He could. Why not? I've seen
Plus,
crazier
adding
things.
Bijan Robinson to that rushing
Mm-hmm.
attack. You already got Cordero Patterson there, so this team could be
Tyler
surprised.
Algier,
Yep.
three-headed monster, man.
Yeah, this team
So,
could be surprising on offense. You just got to utilize Kyle Pitts a little bit more. I think that that's one of the key components. Drake London was a breakout rookie wide
mhm.
receiver. I think he'll have a better year. So it's not a bad offensive team. I do worry a little bit about the defense, though.
Yeah,
I think
that's
they
where
have
they.
good cornerbacks, though. I like the cornerback
Yeah,
room.
yeah, and they have one of the. They have a pretty good. I forget his name on the D line. Um, well, they signed Calais Campbell. You know, he's Grady Jarrett. There he is. Grady Jarrett is a solid defensive lineman. Oh, they signed Bud Dupree. You know, he's kind of removed from where he was, but he's still, I think, pretty good. So they made some additions. AJ Terrell, I believe that was the cornerback you were talking about, Dane.
Yes, it is.
Um, so on offense, that we mentioned the running back. They're stacked at running back. On wide receiver, Drake London is their number one. But behind that, I mean, they got Mac Hollins.
Who's juiced
Uh,
this year? Freaking
yeah, Jesus
juice out of
Christ.
his
Have you?
mind.
Oh wait, they got JJ Arcega Whiteside. There you go, Dane. I'm just playing. Yeah. So behind those two, they really don't have too much. Scotty Miller. You know, that's nothing. I don't know. We're gonna have to see some of these other guys step up. Um,
Give
but
the ball to Kyle Pitts. Jesus
yeah,
Christ, Arthur Smith.
please.
Is it that hard?
Yeah, use him. If you're not gonna use him, give him to the 49ers. But let's get into their schedule. Like I said, they are the 32-32nd easiest. But let's get into their season. All right. So, I'm back on last episode, but here we go. Wow, so far I have the Falcons going 0-10. I've picked every team against them. Oh man, oh man. All right, let's get into it,
Are
Dane.
they going to win the 7 other games that we didn't pick?
Hey, possibly. All right, let's get into it. Week 1. We got the Panthers traveling to the Falcons. I think all these teams are relatively close. I think where the Panthers what's the word? Edge out the Falcons is their defense. So, but home field advantage, rookie quarterback. I think I'm going to give this one to the Falcons. I don't think they're going to go winless. So I'm going to give this one. I think they trade probably with the Panthers. So I'm going to go Falcons here.
Yeah, I'm going to join you on the Falcons home opener win. It's a division opponent. This game could go either way. It's week 1, but give me the Falcons at home. Start off the season with a win.
All right, week 2, we got the unknown quarterback versus the super unknown quarterback. Jordan Love versus Desmond Ritter. You got the Packers traveling to Atlanta. I picked the Packers to beat them. I'm going to stick with it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with the Packers as well. I definitely think that the Falcons can win this game because the news out of training camp with Jordan Love is, all sunshine and rainbows. Everything looks great. He's got some wide receivers that he can throw to. Christian Watson looked great. Romeo Dobbs, if he's healthy, he can be utilized. They have Aaron Jones as a running back still. The defense should be better, but we'll see how good of a coach Matt LaFleur is without Aaron Rodgers. So I think this one could go either way. I'm going to go Green Bay, though. I think that they get it done still.
All right, week 3. We had the Falcons traveling to Detroit. I had the Lions beating them. I'm gonna stick with them. Detroit's hot right now.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Detroit as well. I am super high on Detroit this year. They are my dark horse team. I love what I saw offensively from them. The Falcons are definitely going to score some points. Detroit's defense is not great. But, Aiden Hutchinson probably will take the next step forward. But, yeah, I still got Detroit because of that offense.
When you say dark horse, what do you mean? Dark horse playoff team, dark horse Super Bowl team?
Not Super Bowl team, playoff team. I think that they'll surprise people. They were that close to making the playoffs last year. So let me say, I think that they're a dark horse, like distance playoff team. Like I think that they could make it to the divisional round, the championship round, if they play their cards right. Like they're a dark horse team for me in that regard. I don't necessarily see them making it to the Super Bowl because I can't predict them or can't see them beating the Eagles or the 49ers. Those are my two teams in the NFC that I can't see them beating. So
yeah, I'll agree with you. All right, so week 4, I had the Jags beating the Falcons in London. I'm gonna stick with it.
I'm going to stick with it as well. The Jags are just too much of an offensive dominant team, so they got too much firepower. Give me the Jags.
So last week we did our AFC, or a couple days ago actually. We did our AFC
today?
South. Yeah, today. No, don't tell him, Dane. Don't tell him we recorded earlier.
I already said that we recorded earlier.
God, you're giving our secrets away. All right, week 5. Week 5, I had the Texans beating the Falcons. I do think this game could go either way. I think this is a very winnable game for the Falcons. I think it's a very winnable game for the Texans. And you know what? I hate to do this. I think I'm going to change this one because looking at their schedule, I don't see them winning a whole lot of games. But you know what? I'm going to stick with it for right now. So I'm going to keep the Texans pick.
You changed on changing?
Yeah, I changed on changing.
Okay. So I'm going to stick with Houston as well. Like you already mentioned, this is a very winnable game. Either team can come out on top. Atlanta at home, they're going to have a good fan base showing, at least for the beginning of the season. Desmond Ridder might be better than expected. CJ Stroud might be worse than expected. I just like D'Amico Ryan as a head coach. I like him more than Arthur Smith. Unfortunately, I think Arthur Smith is a great offensive mind, but it just hasn't panned out. If they utilize Kyle Pitts at the beginning of the season, this could be a much different outcome, because if they have a double or a two-headed like dragon, it's not a three-headed dragon yet, but if they have Kyle Pitts and Drake London, those are like throwing to MJ out there. They're just athletic freaks. So it could work in their factor. Bijan could have a hell of a game rushing against the Houston Texans here. So it's kind of a toss-up, but I'm going to stick with the Texans.
All right. Week 6, I had the Commanders beating the Falcons in Atlanta. Battle of unknown quarterbacks. I think people are a little bit higher on Sam Howell. Kind of more of a household name at college. Cincinnati hasn't really been known to produce a whole lot of talent. But I might want to change this one. I mean, damn, dude. 1-5? 1-5? That's hard for me, man. I do believe the Falcons are better than that. So with that being said, I'm gonna have them winning this one. I'm gonna switch it to the Falcons.
Okay. I'm going to stick with Washington because I think Washington's defense is going to be nasty this year.
Yeah, I agree with that too, but it just doesn't make sense. I can't have the Falcons losing or winning one game in 7 weeks. But week 7, Falcons traveling to the Bucks. I'm going to take the Falcons here again. I think they're a better team.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Falcons as well. I'm going to jump on there really quick with you. Sorry to cut you off, Jake. I'm going to take the Falcons as well. I'm just really concerned with Tampa Bay overall. It's a division rivalry. It's a division opponent, so it can go to the home team, but I'm going to take the Falcons. I think that they have a better roster.
All right. Week 8, we got the Falcons traveling to Tennessee. And this is gonna go by quick. We've done like almost their whole season. To Tennessee, I got the Tennessee Titans beating them. I'm gonna stick with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Tennessee as well. I'm gonna stick with it.
All right. Week 9, we got the Vikings traveling to Atlanta. I picked the Vikings. I'm gonna stick with it. I think the Vikings are. I think they're better than what people are giving them credit for. Even though like their season was weird last year. They had some really ugly games. I think Kirk Cousins is better than people think. I like the addition of Jordan Addison. Um, I'm not really sure about the defense. This could be a high scoring game, or if Atlanta slows the ball down with Bijan. But yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Vikings here.
Yeah, I definitely think that there's a recipe to win this game for the Falcons. I think you touched on it just at the last note with Bijan Robinson slowing the game down, rushing attack, Tyler Algier, Cordero Patterson, whatever it may be. I think that the Falcons can do it, and the Falcons have upset teams that are supposed to win. I think that this is a very winnable game for the Falcons. I just trust the offensive firepower, especially with Justin Jefferson. They did lose Dalvin Cook, but I think Alexander Madison's going to be a good replacement for him. And having Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, that's going to be a two-headed monster as well. So give me the Vikings.
All right, week 10. Hey, there we go. The Falcons are traveling to Arizona. I'm not sure if Kyler's going to be here. I think this is a toss up. I think, Colt McCoy has won some games for the Cardinals. He's not like, he's probably one of the best backup quarterbacks in the NFL, to be honest. But I think this is a win. This is a more winnable game for the Falcons, in my opinion. If I'm low on any team this year, it's the Cardinals. And that's not just because I'm a 49ers fan. I just think they're going to be hurting this year. So yeah, I'm going to take the Falcons here.
I'm taking the Falcons as well. Not much to talk about. I just think the Cardinals roster is depleted.
All right. Week 11, bye week. Week 12, some home cooking. We got the Saints traveling to Atlanta. I think they split. I think Derek Carr gives up an ugly one, and he's gonna give up ugly ones. I've seen it his entire career with the Raiders. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Falcons here.
I'm right with you. I think the Falcons can pull this one off at home. Division opponent, anything can happen. Yeah, give me the Falcons.
All right, week 13. Jets are hosting the Falcons. I picked the Jets to win. I'm sticking with it.
I'm sticking with it as well. I just trust Aaron Rodgers way more than I trust Desmond Ridder. Even though Aaron Rodgers had an off year, he's going into a great team, good defense, good offense. Yeah, give me the Jets.
Week 14, got the Bucks traveling to the Falcons. I almost want to say they sweep them. I could see it happening. I could also see the Bucks getting one on the Falcons. So with that, I'm going to say they split.
Yeah, give me the Falcons. I'm going to have them 2-0 in them. I am sorry, Tampa fans. Brady's no longer there. I don't know, man. Todd Bowles is a good coordinator, but I don't know how he is as a head coach.
Yeah.
Offensive line will probably be better. Defense may be better than expected, but they did lose some pieces, so I'm going Falcons.
Looking at the corner, I have the Bucks going 1-11 so far.
Dude, I would not be surprised, unfortunately.
I mean, if the Cardinals aren't the worst team in the NFL, I think the Bucks might be. We will see though. Okay, so week 15, Falcons traveling to the Panthers. Did I have them beating them? I did. So this one, I'm gonna have the Panthers winning. It's on Saturday as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Panthers as well. I'm going with the home teams here because when it comes to the actual in-season predictions, we'll have a little bit more in-depth. But as of right now, preseason predictions, I'm going with the home team when it comes to division opponents, unless it's just like a team that's so much better, say like the Eagles playing, I don't know, the Commanders. I think that there's a big skill gap there, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm going Carolina with you.
Skill gap with who? The Commanders?
Well, I'm just talking about the difference in like the skill gap between the Philadelphia Eagles roster and then the Washington Commanders roster, because I don't know about how Sam Howell's going to do. Jalen Hurts is a proven commodity, MVP race. That defense is nasty. They've been drafting really well. They made it to the Super Bowl. Yeah, so I think that there's a big gap between the two teams talent-wise.
All right. Week 16, we got the Colts traveling to the Falcons. We talked about this on our previous episode. Again, I can see this as a toss-up. But I think the athleticism of Anthony Richardson is gonna help them win this game. So I'm gonna keep this one for Indianapolis.
Oh man, it's tough. I'm gonna keep it with Indianapolis as well. Like you said, it's a toss-up game. Atlanta's at home, so that could play in their favor. Bijan could have a day rushing. I mean, the entire Falcons team could have a day rushing. I mean, that's their bread and butter at this point in time. Who knows? Maybe Desmond Ridder does better than we expect, and Anthony Richardson isn't as good. But I'm going to stick with my Indianapolis Colts pick.
Week 17, we got the Falcons traveling to Chicago. I picked the Bears. This is another toss-up. But I think the athleticism, if Justin Fields is healthy, helps them win this game. Both kind of trash defenses, to be honest. This could be a high-scoring game. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Bears.
I'm sticking with the Bears mostly because I expect the inclement weather aspect. You know, Justin Fields is going to build off of what he did last year. I think that they kind of know where they're going to head in the direction of their offensive scheme. And the Falcons are probably going to figure that out, other than they know what they have in their running game. So it's going to come down to Desmond Ridder. Desmond Ridder versus Justin Fields. I'm banking on the athleticism of Justin Fields as well, like you said.
All right, week 18, we got the Falcons traveling to New Orleans. I had the Falcons beating them. Right now, I got them 5-11. It's pretty pitiful. There's a lot of toss-up games for the Falcons.
Yeah, I have them 5-11 as well, but I think that this could be a team that could win maybe 8-9 games if like everything goes in their favor. I think that their floor and ceiling is probably between like 4 wins to like 8 wins, 9 wins, around that area. And I'm kind of on the lower side. Until we see what Desmond Ridder is capable of, I'm going to be lower on this team.
Yeah, it's the unknown, man. I think they kind of remind me of the Commanders. Like, you know, pretty good team. Could be better on defense, but at least on the offensive side of the ball, pretty good. You just don't know about the quarterback. And with that being said, I'm going to take the Saints at home for the last game of the season.
Same here.
Damn, 5-11.
It's rough, man. I mean, Atlanta is a sneaky team. If they're scrappy like they were last year, they very easily could win more games than we're giving them credit for.
Yeah, I mean, I could see them. I could see them sweeping the Bucks. I could see them sweeping the Panthers. To be honest, I think the hardest team in this division is the Saints, in my opinion. A lot of people are taking the Panthers to win this division. I'm not really sold on that. If I had to put money, I got the Saints, but it really depends on Derek Carr. And then I could see this Green Bay game a toss up. I could see them beating the Texans. I could see them definitely doing that. I could see them losing or beating the Commanders. Let's see what else. But then again, I could see them losing to the Cardinals. So wide
range of outcomes.
Yes, thank you. So yeah, we both have them 5-12.
5-12.
Wow, disgusting. All right, that is the Atlanta Falcons, ladies and gents. Regression, which is expected. I mean, to be honest, like, who would you rather have at quarterback, Marcus Mariota or Desmond Ridder, from what you know from both?
I mean, I've seen Marcus Mariota lead the Titans to the playoffs before, so I would probably go Marcus Mariota. I mean, Desmond Ridder at Cincinnati had the best home record in Cincinnati history. Like, he's good. He's good. It's just it's going to come down to the NFL, like how it transitions, because college and NFL are two totally different beasts. I think he's
Before,
capable. I think he's capable.
yeah, I mean, we're hopefully going to do our quarterback rankings, sneak peek or surprise. But you know, a lot of people have Desmond Ritter as, you know, the 32 ranked quarterback.
I don't think he's there personally.
I think he has potential. I like from what I saw him, I really liked him when I watched him in college. Like I liked what I saw. I think he was probably like coming out of the top 5 quarterbacks. I think he was my favorite last year. We'll just see though, man. You know, I don't think Arthur Smith is going to ask a whole lot of him, which could benefit him. But yeah, we'll see. All right, Dan, you ready for the next team?
I am indeed. So we just did the Atlanta Falcons. Next on our list, if we're going in alphabetical order, will be the Carolina Panthers.
Clean, boy.
Yeah, pretty clean, pretty clean. And guys, this is another tough team to predict because we will see how Bryce Young does as the new quarterback. I mean, they have a good running attack. Their defense is pretty good as well. They got Miles Sanders now, so that's even going to contribute more. And it's kind of weird. After they traded Christian McCaffrey, they seemed to actually do better than we expected. They actually started winning games, which is surprising. Maybe it's because the offense wasn't solely focused on him. But yeah, guys, let's get into it. Jake, did you have anything to add before we start there? Oh, let's get into their stats.
Yeah, so they finished tied for last with a 7-10 record. They were 20th in points scored, 19th in points allowed. Overall, they were the 28th best team. They were 26th in passing offense, 23rd in passing defense, and tied 6th in special teams. So, yeah, they've had like a quarterback carousel. You know, last year they had Sam Darnold, or actually went Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, and then PJ Walker. Is that his name?
I believe so. That was the quarterback, right?
Yeah. So, you know, they traded DJ Moore and their first round pick to get the first overall, which I think was a smart move. Well, maybe not. They could have just tanked for Caleb Williams this year, honestly. That might have been a smarter move. But, you know, TBD. Yeah, this wide range of outcomes for this team. Their strength of schedule, they have the 27th easiest. So, you know, maybe that can help out the young rook. But I really don't have much else to say about this team. I think I'm just ready to get into their season, Dane.
Let's do it. And I just realized, I think I threw you off with the power rank or the strength of schedule, because 27th means that it's on the easier side, but it's 27th hardest. So like it's kind of vice versa, where it's like the higher the number gets, the easier the schedule is. So I threw you off and I'd apologize. So 27th hardest. So it's not the first hardest. The first hardest would be the worst schedule, 27th hardest. But that means that it's like on the easier side. I apologize.
Good,
guys,
bro.
more inside shit between the two of us. But yeah, let's get into it.
All good, man. Yeah, I mean, like I said, a lot of people have this team winning this division and making playoffs. What say you, Dane? Are you on that boat?
I am not on that boat. I am more on the New Orleans Saints boat as of right now. I think that the Panthers have the ability to make it competitive. So we'll get into it. We'll look at their schedule. And yeah, let's get into it. Week 1, Carolina Panthers traveling to Atlanta. We already did Atlanta, so we picked the Falcons at home, and I'm going to stick with that.
Yeah, same.
All right, week 2, we have the New Orleans Saints traveling to Carolina. 2 back-to-back division games. I'm going to take the Panthers at home. You know, it's their home opener. It's against a division opponent. I think that they're going to want to smack them in the mouth, try and rebound from losing their first division game. So give me the Panthers.
Yeah, I kind of have to have them win this one, because if I don't, they're not going to win a game until week 8. So yeah, I'm gonna be there right with you. The rookie gets his first win of his NFL's career.
All right, week 3, we have Carolina traveling to Seattle. I don't want to talk about this one too much. I just think Seattle's a much more complete team offensively. I think Bryce Young might be better than Geno Smith overall, but Seattle is another team that has a great rushing attack as long as they're healthy. I know Zach Charbonnet's back, but Kenneth Walker's kind of been dealing with some injuries. But you just draft Jackson Smith and Jigba. You have DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. That offense is stacked. Their defense is better than we expected. So yeah, give me Seattle at home.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Seahawks as well. I think they're a better team, far better team.
Yeah. Week 4, we have Minnesota traveling to Carolina. I think that this is a very winnable game for Carolina, especially since Minnesota had a negative point differential last year. I think that the defense will be better than we expect, but that offense is too nasty in my opinion. We've talked about this before. The addition of Jordan Addison to Justin Jefferson on Minnesota is going to be deadly. As long as Minnesota's offense can keep Kirk Cousins up, I think that they'll get it done. So give me the Vikings still.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my Vikings pick. I think the Panthers are too young right now. All right, week 5.
Week 5, Carolina traveling to Detroit. If you know, or if you have watched any of my previous videos, I'm super high on Detroit. I'm going to stick with my pick of Detroit winning this game.
As am I.
All right, week 6, traveling to Miami. This is a tough break, but Miami, if Tua is healthy, just have too much offensively. They are the fastest team in the NFL. They are at home, so give me the Dolphins.
Yep, I'm sticking with my Dolphins. Sorry about that. I'm sticking with my Dolphins pick. I expect them to be healthy at this point in the season. So, yeah. Week 7, they got their bye. Week 8, Dane.
Week 8, we have Houston traveling to Carolina. I think Carolina gets it done. We had previously picked this. I think that kind of recuperating from a tough first 6 games of the season will give Carolina what they need, kind of prepare for Houston. So give me Carolina at home.
Damn, dude. 1-6. Expected with a rookie quarterback, though. I'm going to stick with this win, week 8, and they get their second win of the year.
All right. Week 9, we had previously both picked Carolina at home. I'm going to stick with it. I think that they're able to beat the Colts.
So am I. I'm going to stick with it. Week 10.
Week 10, we have Carolina traveling to Chicago. I'm trying to remember who I had originally picked. I'm looking through that right now. Excuse me. Week 10. So week 10, I had originally given this one to Carolina. I think that Chicago is very capable of winning this game. I do like what I see from Justin Fields. I just think that Carolina can slow this game down and rush the ball against Chicago's defense. I also think Chicago could do that with Justin Fields. We'll see, but I'm going to stick with my pick of Carolina. I think that they get it done.
Who do you think's a better team? The Panthers or the Bears?
It's tough to say because I know what I'm getting with Justin Fields, at least to a certain degree. I don't know what I'm getting with Bryce Young, but if he's anything like he was at Carolina, I think that he's a more talented thrower of the ball. But I think Justin Fields is way more athletic. Plus, he's bigger. He can take a bigger hit. I think it's kind of 50-50. I think that they're very similar in terms of roster.
Yeah. Week 10, I'm also I'm keeping my Panthers pick. So week 11, we got the Cowboys traveling to the Panthers. I previously picked the Cowboys. I'm going to stick with that pick.
I'm going to stick with it as well. I just think that Dallas's defense is going to be too nasty for Bryce Young. So yeah, give me the Cowboys.
Week 12, we got the Panthers traveling to Tennessee. I picked the Titans to win. In our previous episode, I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with it as well. I think Derrick Henry might be able to get things done on the ground. I think the Panthers have a pretty solid rush defense. I think that, J.C. Horn as a corner can slow down the pass. Maybe they'll put him on DeAndre Hopkins, but I'm going to take the vet in that matchup against J.C. Horn, as good as J.C. Horn is. And a lot of this might come down to quarterback play. I mean, it could be Bryce Young versus Will Levis at this point. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going to stick with the Titans at home.
Also, this is in Tennessee. That's a big home field advantage. It's cold there. It's going to be starting to get cold. The Yeti's coming out, so yeah, I'm sticking with it. Week 13. Haven't won in a while. Well, haven't won in 2 weeks. Facing the Bucks. Yeah, I think they sweep the Bucks. I'm gonna take the Bucks here, or I'm gonna take the Panthers here. I just
All
don't
right.
believe in the Bucks at all.
I don't believe in the Bucks either, but I think that they can win one at home. Give me the Bucks.
Okay, I might change that one, depending on what their season is looking like. But yeah, I'm gonna stick with that for now. Week 14, we have the Panthers traveling to New Orleans. We have the Panthers beating them. I think the Saints beat them this time, and yeah, home field advantage.
Yep. Division opponent. Anything can happen. I'm going home team. So yeah, Saints. Once we're in the regular season, guys, like I said, we'll break this down a little bit more. We'll have a better idea of how these teams are playing. So yeah, I'm going Saints for now.
Week 15, I had the Panthers on Saturday beating the Falcons. I'm sticking with it.
I'm going to stick with it as well.
Week 16, Packers traveling to Carolina. Had them winning. I figured Jordan Love kind of gets it going and beats the Panthers here, so I'm going to stick with it.
Yeah, I can honestly see an outcome where Carolina takes the dub here, especially at home. This division might be closer than people think, even though our record for the Carolina Panthers is not very good right now. I think that they can rush against this Green Bay defense. I think the Green Bay defense will be a little bit better. We'll have to wait and see to see how good Jordan Love is, but I'm going to stick with it originally. I did pick Green Bay. I'm going to stay with it.
All right, week 17, I had the Jags beating the Panthers. I am going to stick with it.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with it as well. The Jags are going to be nasty this year. Give me the Jags.
All right, week 18, last game of the season, Bucks traveling to the Panthers, and I originally wanted to say they swept them. I might change it when I do the Bucks picks, but I'm gonna take the Panthers right now.
Okay. Wow.
Who do you got week 18, Dane?
I'm going to go Carolina at home.
All right,
So
so
I have both Atlanta and Carolina going 5-12 in my records.
I have the Panthers going 7-10.
There you go. I mean, that's where they were last year. I'm a little bit lower. I think that they made some good additions. I think that they can be better. They just have a tough schedule, in my opinion. I don't think the strength of schedule matches who they're actually playing. Mostly is because they're playing their division, which wasn't good, which is why I think their strength of schedule was easier. But I mean, when you're playing teams like Cowboys, Dolphins, Vikings, Seattle, it's tough, man. Those are some tough games.
Lions.
Yeah, exactly. The
I
Lions.
mean, that week 3 through week 6 streak is brutal, man. Um, that's a brutal. That's a 4-game losing streak potentially, and that's just brutal, man. Um, yeah, we'll see. We will see.
All right,
All right,
guys. So that is it for the Carolina Panthers. Sorry to cut you off, Jake. Did
you're
you have
good.
anything else to add?
No, I like I said, I'm not super high on the Panthers. Um, you know, it's a young, unknown rookie quarterback. Um, uh, I don't know what to expect. And this team wasn't that great last year. I mean, they had a 7-10 record. I don't think they drastically improved. Um, so we'll see. We will see.
All right, guys. So we are halfway through this division. I have Atlanta and Carolina both going 5-12. I could be drastically wrong, so we will wait and see. But next on the list, we have the team that I'm the highest on in this division, which is the New Orleans Saints.
Same. I think this is their division to lose.
Yeah. So, the addition of Derek Carr, I think, is an upgrade over Andy Dalton. Personally, I liked what I saw
I
from
do too.
Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara. What did I just say? Am I high? My freaking high. But Alvin Kamara coming back after 3 weeks, or yeah, his 3 game suspension will be a good addition. I liked the addition in the draft of Kendre Miller from TCU. I think that he's Alvin Kamara-esque. This defense is nasty. They drafted 2 good defensive linemen in this draft, so I like that. It's going to be a tough team, but we've gone through these picks with other teams, and they don't have the easiest schedule, in my opinion. Might say otherwise on strength of schedule, but Jake, let's get into the stats of the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, so they tied with the other 3 teams with a 7-10 record. They were 62nd in points scored, 9th in points allowed. Told you that defense was good. Overall, they were the 11th best team. They were 17th on offense, 16th on defense, passing both of those, and tied 6th for special teams. So, if they can get some better quarterback play, I think this team wins the division. They still have a lot of those pieces on defense, but I expect this team to win this division. So strength of schedule, according to CBS, they have why can I never find? Okay, so they have an easy schedule too. They have the 31st ranked schedule.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. We'll see.
31st hardest schedule. Easy.
There you go.
Whatever,
yes.
Dude.
It's easy. It's the 31st hardest. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that can definitely help them. I think they're the most playoff ready out of all 4 of these teams.
At least they have a quarterback who's been to the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, Derek Carr hasn't. Yeah. Has he won a playoff game? I don't think he's won one, has he?
No, he hasn't won. He's only been to 1 playoff game, I believe. And I think he is a good quarterback. I just think last year he needed a change of scenery, and this might be exactly what he needs. He has a good running back, a good defense. Who don't have to rely on the quarterback. He has weapons on offense. So I think this could be maybe Derek Carr's best season. I know I've said he's going to cost them some games, which, I still believe. It's still Derek Carr. But I think he's going to have some more good games than bad games.
Yeah, not only that, if Michael Thomas stays healthy, he was a number 1 wide receiver. And then having Chris Olave there, they get Jamal Williams, like Taysom Hill's still there, so they can use him in gadget plays. Kendre Miller, I really like. Cam Jordan on the defense. Brian Breesy, Tyrann Mathieu. Jimmy Graham comes out of retirement to come play for this team, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, Rashid Shaheed, I really liked watching him take deep bombs. I think and they got your boy Isaiah Foskey. Like this team is, this team's no joke. Like I really like this team.
They have Eno Benjamin.
Oh baby, Eno Benjamin, let's get after it, boy.
Oh, and you know what? Foster Moreau and Juwan Johnson are more than serviceable tight ends. So, if Derek
G or Jimmy Graham, baby.
Yeah, that's he'll come in goal line situations, probably get like 5 touchdowns and then tease fantasy players. But I think this might be a good year for Derek Carr. And I so far I'm liking what I'm seeing. And, we already did a lot of the Saints games. So far I have them.
I feel like I might change some of my picks, honestly, because after talking about the players that they have, I might change some picks, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, dude, that's what happens, dude. I do it all the time. And then I don't do it all the time. All right, but I'm ready to get into the Saints season.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so week 1, I had the Titans beating the Saints. Damn, dude. I think I'm going to change that one. I think I'm right there with you in changing some of these. Let me look at them because, we did their entire schedule except for 3 games. We literally have done their entire schedule. This is going to go by really fast. So I'm gonna stick with that one.
I already know one pick that I'm changing, but yeah, I'm gonna stick with Tennessee. Anything can happen week one. Who knows? Maybe it takes Derek Carr a little bit of adjustment to get into this new offensive scheme. We'll see how that goes. Saints defense is going to be nasty this year. Alvin Kamara is not there, so it also plays a factor. Who knows if Kendre Miller and Jamal Williams are going to get it done? I'm going to stick with Tennessee. Give me an L to start the season.
Yeah. I guess we're gonna have them going 0-2, but because they play the Panthers, we just did them. I'm sticking with it.
I'm going to stick with it as well.
Although I could see the Saints definitely beating the Panthers.
I could see the Saints winning both of these first two games, 100%.
Yeah, same. Week 3, we get their win streak going. They're going to Lambeau. I think Jordan Love kind of not falls flat on his face, but starts the season a little slow. And I think the Saints take advantage of that. They have a good defense, so I'm going to stick with this pick.
Yeah, I can't remember. I'm not even going to look through my notes to see what I chose. Green Bay fans, I'm sorry if you're listening to this one as well. Fuck off. I'm going to go Saints here. I think that this defense is going to be disgusting. So I think they can get it done. Lambeau's not going to have the inclement weather at this point in time. So yeah, give me the Saints.
All right, week 4, we got the Bucks traveling to the Saints. Like I said, this is where they get their win streak going. I'm taking the Saints here.
Same here.
All right, week 5, they are traveling to New England. I previously picked the Patriots to win. I'm not sure what you picked, Dane.
I did pick the Patriots as well. This was the pick where I said I was going to change it after like looking through the roster again. I think Derek Carr is better than Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones can be really good. Bill O'Brien comes in. This offense might look different. Patriots are going to have a good defense. It is at home, but I actually like the Saints defense a little bit more. And I'm expecting Michael Thomas to kind of have a reemergence as like a top tier wide receiver. I'm not saying that he's going to be elite by any means, but if he can be somewhat, maybe even 80% of how he was, what year was it? It's been like 3 years since he was like
2018 or some shit like that.
Yeah, it's been okay, so 5 years, however long it's been. If he can get 80% of that with Chris Olave, this team will be fine. Plus, they get Alvin Kamara back by this point in time. Yeah, give me the Saints.
Okay, I'm gonna stick with the Patriots pick because, I mean, I'm looking at my Cowboys record, and I had the Cowboys going 10-7. Do I think the Saints are a better team than the Cowboys? No,
they're not even in the same division, though.
I know, but I'm saying like, I'm thinking of playoffs.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So I'm gonna stick with this Patriots pick. All right. Week 6, I had the Saints beating the Texans. I'm gonna stick with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it as well. I think New Orleans is a better team.
Week 7, I have the Jags coming to the Saints on Thursday. I had the Saints winning. I'm going to stick with it.
Ooh, I don't think week 7 for the Jags. Oh, look at that. I actually had New Orleans winning this game as well. I'm going to stick with it also. New Orleans at home, tough defense. I think they can get the ball rolling. Yeah, give me the Saints.
Week 8. Saints going to Indianapolis. I believe I said Derek Carr is going to give up an ugly one, and I believe this is why they lose. So I'm going to stick with the Colts pick here.
I picked the Colts as well, but I'm really starting to second guess it.
So am I.
When I talked about it, like I can't see the Colts being as bad as they are, but I also can at the same time. Because I don't know how Anthony Richardson's going to do against this defense, perfectly honest. I'm going to switch this one. I do apologize. I'm going Saints now.
Okay. I don't blame you at all. I'm almost tempted to change this pick. I could definitely see the Colts being 4-12 or 4-13. But like I said, I think Derek Carr is going to give up 1 or 2 ugly games. And I'm going to give it to that one. So week 9, we got the Bears traveling to the Saints. I had the Saints winning.
I did as well. I'm going to stick with it also.
Week 10, Saints traveling to Minnesota. Um, I think pretty good quarterbacks, pretty good weapons on offense. I think where the Saints edge out the Vikings though is on that defense. I'm gonna stick with this pick. I'm gonna keep the Saints here.
Yeah, I originally had the Saints winning this one as well. I do like the Vikings offense a little bit more, but I think that the Saints defense can get it done. So yeah, I'm going to stick with the Saints. I'm going to have them winning. Holy crap, I have them going on a winning streak.
Yeah. Week 11, they're in their bye. Week 12, I had the Falcons beating the Saints. Again, I think Derek Carr gives up an ugly one. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with it as well. It's a division opponent. I think anything can happen with these games, and Atlanta's at home. Give me an L.
All right, week 13, I had the Saints beating the Lions. Damn, I kind of want to change that one. I'm pretty low on the Lions. I know you're really. I'm not low, but I mean I have them 10-7. I think they can win one more game. So with that being said, I don't think the Saints are going to have this great of a record. So I'm going to change this one. I'm going to change to the Lions beating the Saints here.
It's crazy because I did have the Saints winning this one at home, and now I'm starting to think maybe I shouldn't have changed some of my picks because maybe I don't know. I am pretty high on the Saints though.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Jared Goff is easily as capable of having an ugly game, if not more of an ugly game than Derek Carr. So
that is very true.
The Saints at home, I think I'm going to stick with the Saints. Yeah, give me the Saints.
Dane, God damn it. You're going to make me switch my damn pick because that is one of the reasons why I'm not as high on the Lions as you are is because Jared Goff. They're going to win some games for sure, but I've seen that man play some of the ugliest football I think I've ever seen play. Damn, dude. I think I'm going to change it back to the Saints. God damn it. All right.
Okay.
That's gonna be an ugly game for both quarterbacks. Week 14, I had the Saints beating the Panthers at home. I'm gonna stick with it. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it.
I'm gonna stick with it as well. Jesus Christ, this is surprising. Maybe it is one of the easier schedules than more that I talk about it. All right.
They had this, 31st. Yeah. I mean, they're definitely benefiting it so far, at least according to us. Yeah. So week 15, we have the Giants coming to New Orleans. I had them previously winning. What do I have them? I have I have them at 8-5 right now. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna stick with the Saints winning.
So I actually had the Giants winning this one, and I'm going to stick with it. I think that the Giants are able to do it. I really like Darren Waller going there. I think Brian Dable's able to work with Danny Dimes a little bit more, improve that game. I like the defense of the Giants as well. I think this game could be a toss-up. I just can't see the Saints going on like an 8-game winning streak right now. So I'm going to have the Giants winning this one.
Yeah, that's why I had them lose 2 ugly ones to the Colts and the Falcons. Yeah. All right, week 16, we got the Saints traveling to LA on Thursday night. Last time Derek Carr played in LA, they got upset by the 1 week Baker Mayfield Ram experiment. I'm going to have the Rams winning this one. I think Derek Carr is going to give up an ugly one again.
See, I think I'm in the same boat as well. I think that some of the rookies for LA could find their stride near the end of the season. I think if Matthew Stafford's healthy, Cooper Kupp's healthy, they have some weapons. I think I think that it could be an ugly game. So yeah, give me the Rams as well.
All right. Week 17, Saints traveling to Tampa. This is always a fun one, man. Marshawn Lattimore versus Mike Evans. You know, they're either going to get ejected in this one. or the previous matchup. um, I had them beating the Bucks earlier, right? Where do I have them beating them? When did they first play? Oh, week 4. I had the Saints winning. I think I'm going to take the Bucks here, only because these teams have each other's number, and they usually split. I don't think the Bucks are good at all, but the Saints and the Bucks play their worst football when they play each other. So for that reason, I'm gonna have the Bucks.
Yeah, I'm going to take the home team in a division opponent or a division rivalry. I think the Saints not easily, but are very capable of, just
Sleeping.
shutting them out, sweeping them
Same.
this year. I think that they're fully capable of doing that. But we also have to see how this New Orleans Saints offense looks with Derek Carr. We have to see how it all comes together. So, little tough to tell at this point in time. So, yeah, I'm going to have the Saints drop in this one.
All right. I mean, I had the Saints finishing the season 10-7. What do you got, Dane?
I have them 11-6.
Yeah, I mean, the way I was going. Oh, sorry about that. The way I was going with their early season, I was gonna have them going 12-5. That seems way too rich for me. I think this is a decent team, and that's gonna benefit from a easy schedule. But yeah, I mean, 12-5 or 10-7, win the division. I mean, it's a weak division. But yeah, I think that's sounds about right for me.
Yeah. 11-6 is a little bit on the higher end of the spectrum. I think this is more towards their ceiling. I definitely could see them dropping some of the games that I had given them. I'm super high on the Saints this year. I have them 11-6. You said you have them 10-7, right?
Yes, I have them 10-7. I could see them winning a couple more games with how easy that schedule is.
I could also see them dropping some winnable games.
Yeah, anything's possible with Derek Carr, to be honest. But with that being said, I'm ready to get on to the last team in this division. That's going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I feel like this is going to be an easy one, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, and we've already done literally half their entire schedule. Now that I'm looking at it, there's only a couple games we have to pick, but I'm not high on the Bucs regardless. So last year they won the division with a losing record, like Dane said. And
that was with Tom Brady, by the way.
Yeah, that was with the GOAT. No denying he is the GOAT. They finished 8-9. They were 25th in points scored, 13th in points allowed. Overall, they were the 23rd best team, and they made the playoffs. Offense, they were 19th. Defense, they were 20th, both in passing. And special teams, pretty bad, 29th. So I really don't expect a whole lot from here, from the Bucs. I mean, we got Baker Mayfield. I tried to believe in Baker. I did. But he's on his 4th team. I'm not denying the fact that he could, emerge somehow, but I've seen Baker Mayfield. He had his rookie season was good, and that was really it.
And it sucks because they still have some talent on this team. They have Mike Evans, they have Devin White on the defense, Shaquille Barrett. They drafted Cody Mauk, Kalijah Cansey. I like those on the defense. Rashad White can be good. Chris Godwin's still on the team. He's good. Russell Gage. It's not bad. It's just quarterback play, I think, is the main thing, and the health of this offensive line.
Yeah. Yep. The offense side of the ball really is the question. I still have Jamel Dean, Carlton Davis, their standout, and Antoine Winfield. So they have their cornerback room. Ryan Neal, Levante David, they were all really top and Devin White, top end defensive players, but Vita Vea, they still have some players on this defense. I think if they're going to win some games, it's going to be on the back of that defense. But again, they had some of these players when they had Jameis Winston, and they were not a good team. Honestly, I think we might be
too low on the Bucks.
Yeah, and it might kick our ass, or I might shoot ourselves in the foot a little bit. It's really just it's Baker, man. I
him or
can't
Kyle
count on
Trask,
him.
who we haven't even seen. So
Exactly.
I mean, if it's anything like the videos I've seen in training camp, that's not a good sign. So
yeah. All right. So their strength of schedule, they should probably have a pretty hard one, right? They made the playoffs. Or I guess that really doesn't matter. Okay, so they have the 22nd hardest, easiest, whatever you want to say, 22nd hardest schedule, according to CBS. But with that being said, I'm ready to get into their season, which we've already pretty much
let's
covered.
do it.
All right, I'm going to pull up playoff predictors, and let's go. Week 1, they're going to Minnesota. Yeah, I'm going to have the Vikings winning that one. Although, I could see the Vikings losing that one. I really could.
I could
Beginning
also.
of the season, anything could happen.
Yeah, week 1, anything happens. I'm going with the home team, though. You know that crowd's going to be, or that fan base is going to be loud, crazy, doing the skull chant, whatever. And that offense is really, really good. Like we said, the Tampa Bay defense is a little bit better, but I'm going Minnesota.
Yep. I'm sticking with it. Week 2, we had the Bears traveling to Tampa Bay. I'm really not. I don't think the Bears are a good team. I just like Justin Fields. I think he has a lot of potential, and I believe he has the ability to win games by himself. So with that being said, I'm going to take the Bears here.
I'm going to take the Bears as well. This is a very winnable game, though. I think the defense can do enough to stop Justin Fields. But if Justin Fields takes the next progression in his passing game, I think this team will be a lot more deadly. The only thing that I worry about is the defense of Chicago, but I'm more concerned about the offense for Tampa Bay. If Baker can resort back to how he played at Oklahoma in the beginning of his career with the Browns, hitting Mike Evans and some of the offensive players that I already mentioned, the Bucks can win this one. But I'm going to go Justin Fields and the Bears.
All right, week 3, not going to complicate this one, facing one of the best teams in the NFL. Philadelphia traveling to Tampa Bay on Monday night. I'm keeping the Philadelphia pick.
Same.
Week 4, we got the Bucks traveling to the Saints. I believe they trade, split the season, but I'm going to have the home field advantage here, so I'm taking the Saints.
Same.
Week 5, they got the bye. Week 6, we got the Detroit Lions traveling to Tampa Bay. I'm gonna keep the Detroit pick. I think, although I've always had that in the back of mind, but you brought it up, a good point today. Jared Goff can have ugly games, and this defense is a perfect opportunity for Jared Goff to have an ugly game. So I'm keeping the Lions pick, but I would not be surprised in the slightest if Jared Goff has a dud in this week.
Yeah, I can definitely see Tampa winning this game at home. I'm just bullish on the Lions. Give me the Lions offense.
Week 7, we got the Falcons traveling to Tampa. I think I'm going to change this one. Or unless, oh no, I have them. Yeah, I'm going to change this one. I'm probably going to have them trade. I just think, they're probably tired of losing. I don't even think they have a win. Why is this so slow? Come on. Sorry, guys. Okay, Jesus Christ. Yeah, so they don't have a win yet. I believe the Falcons are a team they can get a win against. So I'm going to change this pick to their first win of the season.
I think they're fully capable of doing it. I'm going to stick with Atlanta, though.
All right. Week 8, we got the Bucks traveling to Buffalo on Thursday. I picked the Bills. I'm sticking with it.
Same here.
Week 9, we got the Bucks traveling to Houston. I picked the Texans. I'm going to stick with it.
Yeah, I had originally chosen Houston. I think I'm going to stick with it. This is a winnable game, in my opinion. We don't know how CJ Stroud's going to be. The defense for the Bucks could step up big time in this game. Rashad White could have a good game. I'm going to stick with Houston, though.
All right, week 10, I had the Titans beating the Bucks at home. I'm going to stick with it.
Same here, unfortunately.
Yeah. Week 11, Bucks traveling to the 49ers. Not even going to say San Francisco because it's not technically in San Francisco. But they are traveling to the 49ers stadium. I'm not complicating this one. I'm taking the 49ers.
I'm taking the 49ers as well. That defense is just going to eat.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? The sad thing is this defense is going to make some stops against all these teams. But you can only play defense for so long. You have to put up points, and I can't see it. Plus, the 49ers are elite, so yeah. Week 12, we got the Bucks traveling to the Colts. I think this is a very winnable game for the Bucks. But it's also a very winnable game for the Colts. I might be a little bit higher than the Colts than I should be. I might change this one to the Bucks, to be honest. Anthony Richardson playing a good defense. He's going to take his lumps. So actually, I am going to change this one. So I'm taking the Bucks here.
Okay. I like it. I'm going to keep it with the Colts. I think that at this point in time, the Bucks are going to realize if it goes the way that I expect, they're going to be like, shit, we might actually be in contention to get Caleb Williams or a top tier quarterback next year. Not saying that they're going to intentionally tank, but they're also, I don't know, if Mike Evans stays healthy, they're probably going to win more games than I'm giving them credit for. But Mike Evans is also up there in age, but he's still an elite receiver. The defense is nasty. I don't know. I'm just going to keep it with the Colts.
Yeah, that one's hard for me. It's a toss-up. I mean, okay. Week 13, we got the Panthers traveling to the Bucks. I had the Panthers winning. I'm gonna stick with it.
I had the Bucks winning. I'm gonna stick with it.
Oh, actually,
I think the Bucks get it at home.
Actually, I had them swapping, I believe. Dude, why is my computer freezing? Come on now. Jesus. All right, so what was the previous matchup? Oh, I have them trading. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to stick with the Panthers. Oh, sweeping? Yeah, I'm going to stick with it. Week 14, we got the Bucks traveling to the Falcons. I picked them to win. I'm going to keep it.
Week 14, I had the Falcons winning. I'm going to keep it. I think the Falcons win at home.
I might change that one. Damn, dude. I mean, it gives the Falcons another win. All right, yeah, I'm gonna change that one. And you brought up a great point, man. Like, this is the Caleb Williams sweepstakes season.
Yeah, it's like the second coming of Patrick Mahomes, but that is way out there. I'm not saying Caleb Williams is that talent. He has the talent, but I'm not saying he's Patrick Mahomes. But I think some teams might be banking on the upside of Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I mean, he's better than what they got now. They could be tanking for it or planning on trading for it. Trading for the number one, depending on how Arizona looks. Maybe the Colts looking pretty bad. Yeah, I mean, you brought up a good point. They could potentially start just not tanking, but not really giving in their full effort. Man, tough. Yeah, I'm gonna have the Falcons winning here. I'm changing it.
Okay.
Week 15. We got the Bucks traveling to the Packers. I had the Packers winning. I'm keeping it.
I'm going to keep it as well. I think playing in Lambeau at this point in time, it's going to be cold. Jordan Love's probably going to be getting a little bit better. Yeah.
All right, week 16, we have the Jags are traveling to Tampa, Battle of Florida. I have the Jags winning. I am going to stick with that pick.
Same here. I'm having the Jags win as well.
Week 17, Saints traveling to the Bucks. Yeah, I think they're gonna have some pride. Probably know they're gonna get a top 5 pick. So I still think they trade with the Saints. So
it's crazy because. Yeah, sorry to cut you off. It's crazy because I have them trading with the Saints, but not Atlanta. I think it should be the other way around. I fucked up in that department, but I'm going to keep it. I'm going to have Tampa winning a pride game at home, like you said, because there's always that one team that's like about to get the number 1 overall pick, and then the team ends up winning, and then they get moved to the second. So I'm going to have the Bucks winning this one.
Yeah. I mean, regardless, I still think the Bucks are going to be bottom 5 in the NFL. All right, week 18, close out the season. We got the Bucks traveling to the Panthers. I picked the Panthers. I am going to stick with it.
Same here. Tampa fans, come at me. I know you're going to hate me.
3-14. What do you have, Dane?
2-15.
Yeah,
and
honestly,
they have talent in certain positions that is much better than where we have them. Like they could easily be a 5-7 win team, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but I just don't trust the quarterback playing. That's the most important position out on the field.
Yeah, this is actually a hard division because there's a lot of unknowns at the quarterback position. I mean, the only known is Derek Carr, sort of. You kind of know what you're going to get with him, but yeah, I feel like this is a little bit too low on the Bucks, to be honest. But
I think they're probably around a 5-win team.
Okay, well, like if you had to, okay,
I could see them beating Chicago.
Well, yeah, I could too. I could see them. I can see them beating the Lions, to be honest.
I can also. I can see them beating the Texans.
Same.
I can see them beating the Colts. Well, we already have that, but I think I went Indianapolis. I can see that happening. I could see them beating Green Bay, honestly. Like, I could see that being an upset.
I could see them beating the Panthers and the Falcons twice, potentially.
Yeah, like, the division games are so tough to predict. Mm-hmm. They can go any which way, no matter how bad the team is. So,
and so real quick before we end this, who would you say is a worse team than the Bucks?
Cardinals.
Anybody else? Because I agree. I think the Cardinals are worse. I think the Cardinals are probably going to finish last in the NFL.
It's hard for me to think of another team.
The only other team I'm thinking off the top of my head is the Colts.
I could see the Colts being bad. Yeah, but I'm a little bit higher on the upside of Anthony Richardson, I think, with Shane Steichen at the helm. I just think that for me, the reason why I'm so low on the Bucks is they had a bad record with Tom Brady. Given they had a lot of injuries, especially the offensive line, Tom Brady's not going to escape the pocket or anything. Tom Brady's old also, so maybe he was just out of his prime. The Bucks defense was decent. They also dealt with injuries, but, it's just hard. I don't know. Maybe it's just the recency bias.
I could also see the Falcons being, if not the same or worse than the Bucks. I think they're kind of around the same tier. What was my record for the Falcons? 5-12. Yeah, 5-12, 3-14. Give or take some of those wins, they're about the same.
Yeah, and I mean, the Bucks, they have one of the best tackles in Tristan Wirfs. I think that they wanted to move him to left tackle though, and he I think that I read something like he had a mental breakdown or he had to like talk to a therapist because he was like nervous about it or some shit. I could be totally making this up. Maybe I didn't read that. I think I read it. But it's like they have some young pieces on the offensive and defensive line. I like Kalijah Cansey getting after the quarterback, especially on passing sets. But against the run, I think he might get blown up a little bit. It's just tough, man. Like this, they're preseason predictions. People like give us a break. Like this team could be freaking 7-10 or like 8-9. Who knows?
I think that's a little. I think that's a little much. I think
with their division, you never know.
Yeah, I mean that's 6 wins right there. If they could sweep the division, I mean they could. I definitely could see them sweeping the Falcons and the Panthers. That is not out of the question for me. The Saints is going to be a little bit more hard. I think best case scenario for the Bucks, best case, 7 wins. That's the best case. I really cannot see them winning more than 7 games. Worst case, last place in the NFL. 1, maybe 2 wins. How many wins did you have for them? 2?
2.
Yeah, I had 3. I mean, we're both not high on them.
I mean, it's kind of like where we had Seattle and Chicago last year, and then we got Chicago right on the money, but Seattle definitely outperformed. I mean,
Geno Smith put our foot in our mouths. I mean, what if Baker does it?
He very well could.
He could. I mean, he has weapons. He does have weapons. Like, it's not out of the question. I mean, shit, man. Like, I like Mike Evans. I think he's a really good wide receiver. I think Chris Godwin's a really good wide receiver.
But Chris Godwin can never stay healthy also. That's another factor. Leonard Fournette's gone. You're relying on Rachaad White, who I think is talented. Yeah. I think Rachaad White's talented.
I think he's better than Leonard Fournette. There's a reason they let Leonard Fournette go. Yeah. You know, big and slow. I think Rachaad White is a good running back. It's kind of one of those things like you kind of had the same team before Tom Brady and you were bad. Now you have the same team without Tom Brady. What's he going to be? I don't know. We will see.
But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for the NFC South. I highly doubt anyone has even made it to this point in the episode. You guys probably were like, fuck you guys. You guys bashed on our teams. Except if you're a Saints fan.
That's the point, though.
Except if you're a Saints fan. Maybe you stuck around till the end. But guys, follow us here. Like, comment, subscribe. Help us out. Help this channel out. We want to grow. If we can spend more time studying your teams, because we can make money from this, that'd be great. And then you'll get better content. But yeah, I don't have anything else to say, Jake. You want to close us out?
Yeah, we are almost done with this series. Season's almost upon us. Thanks for listening. And as always, peace.